All right, so we got Mike, the classic Mr. Olympia, and my prediction, you're probably going to be on top for quite some time.
Hold on, he's not Mr. Olympia yet. What are you talking about?
Arnold.
Yeah.
What an introduction. Welcome, Mr. Olympia. So it's not taking place. But thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
The way I see your physique and your structure, I just don't see, in my opinion, anybody close to that. There's a lot of great competitors. I'm not taking anything away from them, but like as far as your structure, it's just so superior. You know what I'm saying? And the muscularity is just bonkers. I don't know how you make I don't know how you make weight.
Magic. Neil knows how to make weight. he made weight with Flex Lewis many times, so he knows how to.
Everybody that knows anything about bodybuilding was saying for years that your structure was like premier. You could have killed it if you just come to your full potential. Now, last year, you and Chris Bumstead, mano a mano, when you were there, I'm watching with Dennis James, and he said like Mike might be beating him.
Yeah.
And really, that was incomprehensible back then, right? Like, oh, no, Chris is Chris. But that was very, very close. So, yeah, I don't know if Chris is coming back. There are some rumors to scare you.
No, he's too smart to come back.
Yeah.
And even if he's coming back, he will have a hard time winning again.
Yeah, I think I would agree on that. And I think it's smart you have enough championships you want to leave on top. Just like when Mars Pusnowski stopped doing professional strongman, it's like leave on a good note and leave at a good streak.
Chris has like so many great things in his life. He has a beautiful family. He has a baby. He has great businesses. He has great people around him. There's so much more than dieting and eating white fish. I mean, he played the game. He won it actually like from A to Z. And now it's time to move on. Definitely.
Yeah. So Mike, tell me this, like leading into the last like year or two, seeing your physique kind of progress as it did and seeing your structure and obviously knowing your competition, were you like pretty damn confident? You're like, I know that like my structure, muscularity, and how I'm progressing is going to lead to the top? Or were you kind of like somewhat surprised how well you were projected on stage?
Well, I had a really surprising moment on stage, to be honest, as they called out place number 4, and that was Ramon, and Urs, Chris, and me were left. I was in shock. I didn't know what to do because I did not believe that I will be top 3. And then they called Urs, and I was last man standing with Chris. And then I asked him on stage, Chris, what's going to happen now? Like, what should I do? I was super nervous. I didn't know what to do. I've never been in this situation before. And then he was smiling and he said, "Hey, Mike, they just called your name. I would take my medal if I was you." So funny. No, to be honest, we competed at the Olympia and we added 15 pounds of solid muscle from Olympia 2023 to 2024. And we had no idea if the judges like what they see. So we brought a whole new package, a whole new Sommerfeld version, and we didn't know what to expect. And then we got first call out. That was actually a good sign. And then they sent Chris, Urs, and me backstage after the prejudging. And of course, I panicked backstage because I thought I'm not in the first call out anymore. They sent me back because I'm done. I'm not good enough. And then I realized that's Chris Bumstead and Urs backstage with me. And then I clicked. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They would not send Chris backstage. He's literally winning the show. So I might be one of these 3 guys.
The first, 4 minutes of this podcast is already like my favorite. If it keeps getting better, this is going to reach the best podcast. I love stories like that, Mike. I love stories like that.
When we talked to the old school podcast, I mean, you were saying right there that you were top 3. You know, you were convinced before the Olympia. And I like that confidence. And then if you remember, you played some videos for us. And that's Dennis James, his biggest fan. I mean, he keeps it like there's no better structure in bodybuilding. I mean, that much of the X-frame and the V-taper and a shapely round muscle, crazy back, crazy legs with a small waist. He knows how to pose. It's just like if he can deliver. And you were saying, yeah, you're going to deliver. But you kind of limit yourself like to top 3. You didn't see yourself winning.
I know Dennis for like, since I'm a kid, like kid. He and my dad, these guys competed together 30 years ago. He was on stage with my dad with his famous afro 30 years ago. I have the pictures on my phone. So funny, so funny.
That is so funny.
And Dennis know me since I've started bodybuilding, and he told me right away, he said, if you nail it on stage,
Yeah.
you could make some damage. But it took some years, and we worked hard on it, actually. Neil and me, we figured out in the last 5 years to get in shape because I have a genetic disorder. So I was really close to die 6 years ago. And Neil made a deal with me. He said, I will coach you, but as soon as your enzyme level goes up, your liver enzyme levels, we're done right away. We don't need to talk, no discussion anymore. You're out. And I said, okay, that sounds like a good deal. And since then, we are getting better and healthier. And after like 3.5 years, we figured out what we need to do to get me like real peeled on stage. Something really weird. We're doing basically the opposite of what everybody else is doing. But I'm not doing any cardio the last 1-2 weeks. I'm not pushing my workouts anymore. We're eating more food. We're chilling way, way more. So he's actually limiting me by not doing too much. And that was actually the key to become like really good.
All that fatigue goes down, your body sleeps better, you start feeling better, your digestion gets better, body gets rested, starts to fill out, probably get harder, drier. Yeah.
So you plan to be in contest shape a couple of weeks out, so you don't need to do anything?
Correct. The goal is actually to be almost ready 2 weeks before. And the week before the show, I want to see myself like, okay, I could step on stage tomorrow. If that's happening, I'm way more chilled out. I have more space in my head. If I need to push the last few days, my stress levels go through the roof. So we need to have some time off before the show, definitely.
In regards to like pressure and expectation, because obviously as you guys at your level, that can start to kind of creep up, right? Where expectations from fans, now you're like, I got to top or beat my last look. Do you handle that expectation pretty well with yourself?
Definitely. I know for a fact right now that we will have the best overall package of my body this year, 100%. If we are sharper, if we are better than the last Olympia in overall, I don't know. We will see the day of the show, but we improved so many different spots, especially the spots all the judges were telling me to improve. What we've done the last few years is obviously we worked on my weak points, such as back and hamstrings, but all these muscles, they grew incredibly good, and they're not weak points anymore, especially not my back. And now we are focusing on my strengths. So all the things we did not work the last 3, 4, 5 years, we're going to enhance them, and we're going to deliver an even more dramatic classic look to stage.
Oh
my waist's going to be smaller. My shoulders will be wider. I will be rounder and fuller, and I will increase or work on the spots, making my physique look even more what the fuck. Like you have some muscles such as, shoulders. If you train shoulders like really intense from year to another and the shoulder grow, it gives you like a really dramatic different look. If you train your biceps a lot, there's not in your silhouette, there's not much, you see. Maybe it's a bigger arm, yes, but the shoulder will change your entire look. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, but you already have a dramatic V-taper. You're already wider than anybody, right? I'm all for it. Listen, for me, more dramatic, more V-taper, like you say, it's what the fuck. How can you go wrong? But like, you are already pushing and they're almost too big for the class, and now you're going to be even bigger. You say wider, fuller. It's going to be shocking.
I can't hear people talking. Mike does not look like classic. He looks more like an open bodybuilder. He looks more like 212. This is exactly, like see my Instagram comments. I have literally hundreds of these comments under my pictures. But the fun part is, listen, that's the same situation when I go to Usain Bolt and I'm telling him, excuse me, sir, you're running too fast.
Yeah.
Please be a little bit slower because the other ones, they can't keep up. I will bring something to stage that everybody will say, okay, whatever Mike is, this is what we're looking for, but the rest is a different division. I want to create a gap. I don't want to win the show just to win the show. I want to win the show when everybody's like, it's absolutely clear that the next 25 years, nobody ever will touch Mike Sommerfeld. we need to create this. If we can't create this, I'm not worth to become Mr. Olympia. There needs to be a gap.
I like the vision and the goal of achieving something greater. It's kind of like you're a racer and you're already winning every race, but now I want to win by 50 seconds. I want to win by 2 laps. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
you're looking way ahead.
It's quite realistic that you can achieve that because you're pretty much close to perfect. I must say, but you have some tough competition and different looks. Logan Franklin gave you a run for the money at Arnold Classic. Of course, he's not as wide, V-tapered, anything, but he came crazy peeled, right? So, and he has a kind of classic look. And I'm going to tell you, Mike, originally, like 2018, I remember watching, and I was with Chris Tuttle discussing about the results of Olympia. Chris Bumstead beat Breon and George Peterson, right? And for me, in any bodybuilding sense, they beat him easily. Front double biceps, back double biceps, they killed him. I mean, there was nothing. But then Chris Tuttle said, "But hey, this is not bodybuilding. They're looking for a structure. It's not classic bodybuilding. It is classic physique." But from 2018. Chris Bumstead improved so much that he would beat them in the bodybuilding contest. And like he says, he was now creating the physique that they tried to match to it. So I agree with you. You already have that classic look, and now you're going to perfect it to new heights that everybody's going to have to reach that. But a few years back, I don't know, there was different. It's not classic bodybuilding. It was classic physique, and which was a little bit confusing, right? But now I think they're looking for that little bit more rounder, a little bit more dramatic taper. I think we talked, and I think you agree. I wish there is a lat spread pose, front and back, for a classic. I don't know why you guys maybe not insisting. Like that would be like most logical. You want to be taper? Those two poses are giving you the most V taper.
please. Lat spread's my favorite pose. You can imagine.
Front lat spread on
why
him.
don't you guys inquire? I mean, what is the reason not to be there?
I would love to.
I will say this, Mike, when I saw you at Olympia and then I saw you Arnold, I was already like, what the fuck?
Oh, wait for the Olympia this year.
I was like, what the fuck? And I'll be at the Olympia this year in person, so I get to see it all in person. But like, it's like, Jesus. I'm like, I said to my buddy, I'm like, look at this dude. I'm like, this dude will be the next, in my opinion, the reigning champ, indefinitely until he stops.
You want to tell him what you said to me before the podcast? Like, person, white-skinned person on the stage.
So like, Mike, I don't know if you like trained a lot of people or prep people. Like I prep people for a living, and like I go to client shows, and then obviously I sometimes see pictures, and I'm noticing like a typical trend where in person, white people tend to look more conditioned on stage in person, and then when I see them in pictures, they look a little smoother, and then darker skinned individuals tend to look more shredded on pictures and in video, and then smoother in person. Because I've been there in person, and then 30 minutes later, looked on Instagram. I'm like, that's not what I saw, you know?
Got you, totally. So what's fascinating, black people, dark people, they always look like plastic. Do you remember Kai Green? What show was it? New York with his red posing trunk?
Yes.
He looked literally like chocolate plastic something. That's a look no white guy can ever achieve. It's not possible. That's the skin.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why we attend. Like, is there literally a reason why everybody puts like fake tan on his body, like just to be comparable? Like that's the funniest thing in bodybuilding. If you see it from the outside, like for us, it's super normal thing. But when people talk about bodybuilding, they're like, you are one of these guys walking on stage with like the tan and oil, and they do like funny movements and stuff. I was like, yep, that's me.
Funny movements.
Yeah, guys, give me 1 minute. I think my chicken is just about to burn.
Yeah,
go do your thing. Go do your thing. Go check it out.
Yeah. I wanted to make that point that because I don't know if he was ever told, "Oh, you look like so much better in person."
Milos, when you go, hey, tell him what I said to you before. I'm just like, oh shit, which one?
There's many things. It's not for life. Yeah, that's true.
I was like, damn, Milos, give me some context to that.
Yeah. Because I look like a white as a vampire.
Oh
And
yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
It's
like a reddish color. I look like I died already.
dude, color.